What is up? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Back here with some more Cronos the New Dawn gameplay for you. And then I'll be discussing the one thing I think this game is severely missing that would have helped made it a lot more enjoyable in the long run. So, if you haven't already checked out my review, I posted up a few days earlier. I was very positive about this game. I mentioned that I like the whole concept of combat, the whole do not let them merge the enemies, always having to plan stuff, having that scarce resources, and using your materials and resources as efficiently as possible. I like the world and the lore building around it. I just think the weaknesses of this game were I wish the characters were more interesting and came along for the ride. And I wish that there was a map in the game just so you can see things that you might have missed in return. But there was one other thing that I kind of noticed, and I didn't notice it until after I platinumed it. And I think my biggest problem, why I didn't notice it, was just my pre-recognition of how I envision all survival horror games to be. Because I'm so used to this that when it's not there, it kind of just takes me for a loop. It's not something you notice on a first playthrough. It's just something that you get to at the end of the whole journey. So one of the things I enjoy about survival horror games particularly is that you'll boot them up and you'll play them. You'll play them a few times to enjoy that first playthrough. And then the next few playthroughs are playthroughs where you maybe try to upgrade all your weapons. You go through the game a few times, or you go through the things that you missed the first playthrough. Or you might get to the point where you try to get other endings. This game did have 3 endings. And as you're playing through it, you get to that point where you try to do one of the things I most look forward to in every survival horror game. You try to do the most hardest thing possible. Either play on the hardest difficulty, but it's not just playing on the hardest difficulty. It's not just beating it on the hardest difficulty. It's usually trying to get the highest rank so that you can unlock something. Because one of the most satisfying parts of playing a game like a survival horror game is that, let's say I boot up Resident Evil. Let's say Resident Evil 4 remake. One of my most successful videos of all time, my most successful video ever made, was basically showcasing to people how to beat Resident Evil 4 remake S+ ranking on professional mode. And the reason why you would go through all that is to you get the unlockable, the cat ears, which gives you infinite ammo. Another thing would be like Dead Space remake, beating a game on impossible mode, basically a permanent difficulty mode. You can unlock the finger foam gun. And those are the reasons why you would do things like that. But unfortunately, that is not the case for this game. And that's where this game ultimately has a big thing missing. And that's just the lack of unlocking things in terms of doing something really difficult and unlocking whatever it is it may unlock. Like, when you beat the game, you get an outfit, and then you unlock New Game Plus mode as well as the hard difficulty. But that's basically it. If you beat the game on hard difficulty, you don't unlock something. If you beat it with a higher rank, you really don't unlock anything. And I personally didn't quite get an A rank. I don't know the 100% the standards to get an A rank. I don't know if it's a time thing or it's a no depth thing or it's a save thing. But from people that have beaten A rank on a Cronos, they haven't gotten anything. Maybe there's a higher rank we're not aware of, but at this timing of this video, there isn't anything that I'm personally aware of to unlock. And that's a problem. Because as I said before, I enjoy the experience of this game. It's a game I highly recommend for just playthroughing. But by the time you get all the endings and stuff like that, there really isn't much incentive to keep going back and playing because there's not that extra thing to unlock. Or maybe at the very least like an extra game mode or something like that. It's just basically the campaign. You beat it once, you unlock the New Game Plus, you get the harder difficulty just to get the other ending for the New Game Plus. And that's it. No special weapon, no accessory, no infinite ammo weapons or a special, something. Just nothing. There's just absolutely nothing. And to me, that's actually a little bit of taboo for a survival horror game. And it definitely decreases replayability because it's those type of things that make you want to go back and replay it again. Maybe just to get everything or whatever the case may be. Just having different skins, different suits. You'll maybe unlock some gold armored Cronos outfit or just something. And it's just really kind of baffling to me. I don't remember the last survival horror game I played personally where there wasn't something like that in some shape, way, or form. And that's usually the thing I look forward to. It's the thing I wanted to make a video about, is, you know, how to get the highest rank. Because normally that's how it goes. You get the highest rank in a survival horror game. You go through that survival horror game, and you struggle, and you go through all the BS moments, and this was close, and you barely got through it. You're sweating bullets. But when you finally accomplish that, it's a feeling of self-satisfaction that, damn, you accomplished the hardest thing, and that thing you earned, it wasn't something that was given, you had to earn it. And that satisfaction of earning that in a survival horror game is completely missing here, because this game does have a few difficult moments, and it would have been satisfying to have moments where I could have maybe enjoyed it. For me personally, I feel like this game could have probably used it more like a permadeath mode to get the unlockable. I don't think time should ever be a factor, just for the fact that there are non-skippable cutscenes that you cannot skip, and they go on forever. And this game is a little bit of a longer survival horror game. It's not necessarily a quicker one. So I feel like, yeah, permadeath mode would have probably been the best way to go about it personally. Because I've come real close, but unfortunately I bit the bullet once in my hard playthrough and stuff. So that's just the way it goes. But that's how I would have gone about it. But yeah, it's a little bit disappointing, to say the least, because now that I've platinumed the game, there's not really much to go back and play. So it kind of goes back to the whole thing. If you're not a survival horror fan, it's probably not going to get the excitement out of you. But even if you are a survival horror fan, that may be a little bit of a bummer to some. But maybe some people don't mind. And once again, it doesn't bring down the overall game. It just brings up maybe in repeat playthroughs, because replayability is a huge thing in survival horror games. It's the reason why the Resident Evil franchise is the most popular survival horror franchise, because of the replayability, the factor that you can load that game up and go through it multiple times. You have multiple different ways you can go about it, whether it's with different weapons, different difficulties, different accessories you equip on, different skins, different modes of that game. Like, there's so many things you keep going back to the game for that makes that replayability. But hopefully I made that clear to you. But as I always like to say, at the end of the day, that is my opinion. I want to hear your guys' opinion. Does not having any real unlockables or that hard difficulty mode, getting a high rank for it to get that secret weapon or accessory, is that kind of a little bit of a deal breaker to you guys, or a little bit disappointing, and that you wish that survival horror games probably should always have that, and this game not really have that? Is that kind of a little bit of a bummer for you? Let me know down in the comment section down below. Or maybe just someone that's like, you know what, it's just the main experience that matters most to me. Because maybe you're just someone who's not ever going to worry about stuff like that. Or maybe you just don't want to stress and struggle over things like that. Let me know down in the comment section down below. But thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. And hopefully I can see you guys back next one. Thanks, and I'll see you all later. Peace.